Guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the second part of one of my chicken series, and this is my coop tour. So my coop is not perfect by any means, and I feel like I've learned a lot over the past 3 years that I've had chickens. This is my third summer with them. So we're going to be building kind of a bigger barn type situation. So I definitely know what I want to change, but I want to show you my coop now. It's a smaller coop. Right now I have 6 chickens and also 2 ducks. So 8 birds living in there. And I feel like there's plenty of room. With that said though, I will say if you're thinking of building a coop, build your run double the size that you want it. Trust me, you'll never regret going bigger than you think you need. So let me show you around my coop. Okay, so this is it from the outside. I'm just getting ready to put the shade cloth back on. I took it off so you could see it a little bit better. But it's a pretty simple coop. My husband built it. I will say I believe we found plans for it online, but he just kind of modified it. So we'll just kind of start at one end and work our way down. So down here, obviously a wheelbarrow for just cleaning everything out necessary with, and I use dog pooper scoopers. I've used it for years and it's probably time for a new one, but it actually works really well. So I don't have any outside storage, so these metal garbage bins are what I use, and this is what I just use for their feed. Just simple. It's probably for horse feed, I think. This one has their feed in it. I do layer crumble, and then I also do grit. Even though they free range, I think that's one of the reasons one of my girls, Miss Poppy, got sauerkraut. So everybody's kind of coming in for the night. They're all fighting over bugs. They're being wild. See what I mean? Chickens are bullies. And then this one is just for more snacks. So I have my wild bird seed in here. This is some of the best snacks is the dried soldier fly larvae, just because of the protein content. And then this is kind of like their scratch. Some people will just feed scratch, and to me, scratch is like candy, right? So you're obviously not going to live off of candy. So I just give it to them. It teaches them to come to you. Brownie's like, could I get some of the bugs, please? Ducks like bugs so much better. And then I also do black oil sunflower seeds. And then this is the back of the coop. So pretty simple. The nesting boxes are on the outside. I would definitely do that to give yourself more square footage in the coop. And then it just has a little hook right here, and then you can actually access the nesting box. So I always see questions, how many nesting boxes do I need in my coop? I obviously have 2. I have 6 hens. They all use the same nesting box. I think you could easily do 2 boxes for 10 chickens. My ducks will actually waddle on up here and lay in here too. So there's some colorful eggs for you. So this is like a light blue. This is from my Amerecauna. This is a green. Sold to me as an Amerecauna, but she's an Easter egger. And this is kind of like a light pinky color. It's really tiny. If I had to guess, it is probably my Bantam out there, or my Silkie would be my guess. So anyways, in the nesting box area, I like to use hay. Number one, I love the way hay smells. I can't wait to have a barn solely for the reason so that I can smell hay. But then they nest it up really well, and I just think they like to, I don't know, I just think it keeps it a cozy situation for them to be able to lay eggs. So this is the other side of the coop in the run. So we did 2 windows here. There's a window over on the other side, and I'll show you that access door to kind of give it a good cross ventilation. And then the fan that I showed you in my summer video is there. I don't ever turn them off. I leave them running throughout the summer. We clearly need to do some pressure washing. But this is what it looks like on this side. And I keep my hay down here, and then just some random like bowls, feeders, things like that. Again, I don't have a lot of storage out here, and I don't really care if it's in a cabinet. So this is what it looks like from this side. Okay, so this is the front of the coop, obviously. Obviously flowers are not necessary. I just think they're really cute. This is a little solar light that pops on at nighttime. And then everything in the coop and in the run is hardware clothed. This is hardware cloth. It makes no sense. It is not cloth. It is wire. But predators cannot go through these very well. So chicken wire, raccoons, things like that can just go right through the wire. So I would definitely invest in hardware cloth. That's more expensive. It's why people don't like to do it, but I don't regret it at all, and I'll always use it. So the handles on our door are pretty simple, just a normal latch. Down here is where you're going to want to put like a carabiner so raccoons can't get in. And then you're going to want a lanyard right here. So kind of goes through here so that you can pull it. My problem is I have a 5-year-old who's constantly pulling this through. I can't tell you how many times I've got stuck in the coop without my phone. So just keep that in mind. So obviously the door is going to shut behind you, but then you can simply just keep yourself out of there. So again, everything is hardware clothed in here, and my husband did trim pieces on top of the hardware cloth, so there's no getting in here. So totally up to you. You don't have to do these trim pieces. My husband takes this very seriously, so you know, do you. Always questions about what you put in your run in the floor. I did sand, and then I do shavings on top of it. So also underneath everything is actually hardware cloth. So there is no digging under for anyone in this situation. So they cannot come in. I have a roosting bar right here. Next time I'm going to do a little bit wider. I'd like for it to be a little bit wider for their feet to be fully flat. You don't ever want to do round like dowel rods. That's going to cause them to get bumblefoot, or it can. The swing was just a quick quarantine project I did. It is 100% pointless. No one's been on it. They hate it. Just my 2 cents. The feeder I move around. So it's usually sitting up here on this block. It's nothing special. It's just kind of sitting here. I usually take it out for them so the ducks can eat, things like that. My ducks typically hang out under here. I just cleaned everything out. So normally I have a good amount of hay down there for them to kind of nestle on in there. But I honestly think they've been going up the ramp into the coop. So the ramp's obviously been pretty used. It's pretty worn off. It needs to be repainted. But always make sure you have little steps on here so that your girls' feet don't slide all the way down and they can get grip to go all the way up. So there's the fan situation that I showed you in the summer video. They're up there. They're always running. And then this is the coop door. So with the coop door, it has this little normal latch system that you can obviously put down and lock down there. I just don't, because my run is as secure as my coop and vice versa. So what I was running into was having to run out here in the morning and let everybody out, and I have too much going on that I can't get out here to them. So I just leave it open. They can come out in the morning and start eating. So I have a little container down here for oyster shell. Really important if you want to keep up their calcium and have good eggs. Shells that are really strong. And it's just a little dog bowl. I used to do a little dish on the floor and they literally poop in it, knock it over. I got so sick of it, and this is the best thing I've found. It just clips through the hardware cloth. And then for a waterer, I've gotten really tired of this guy because the ducks make it disgusting. So I'm working on a new watering system. This was the first idea that I had, was just a PVC pipe with these little cups. But these little cups leak everything out. As soon as one thing touches that little, the goal is to tap tap and it fills with water as someone drinks it. Except you tap tap and it overflows and it keeps flowing until it's bone dry. So needless to say, I hate this system, won't be using it. So still on the hunt for the perfect water. This is just a normal kind of watering situation that I have to clean out every day because the ducks are disgusting and they wash their food. Okay, so for the last part of the coop, I'm going to show you the other side of our coop. So kind of the access door of where you can actually get in. You can actually access it to clean and kind of see what's going on. And that'll be pretty much it. Okay, so this is the other side. Pretty simple. So we just have ours raised up. I think this helps a lot. When your coop is raised up off the ground like this, two things. We could have extended the run and done hardware cloth underneath it. I think that's a great idea to add more square footage. So keep that in mind. I would probably consider doing that again if I did a coop like this again. But I think having it up off the ground right here eliminates a lot of predators because they actually have to climb up and put a pretty good amount of effort to even try to get to the girls. So I would just keep that in mind. So this is the other window we have here, still hardware cloth, same kind of lock I was telling you about on the Coop door, but this is a bigger access door. So what I do typically is just push the wheelbarrow underneath it, scrape it all out, and then put down the shavings. One thing I do recommend is going ahead and putting down linoleum floor. This is going to help you wipe everything out really well. I didn't have him nail it down so that we could rip it out and put new linoleum down anytime that we wanted to. But that's pretty much what it looks like inside. Pretty simple. And then this is the roosting bar. I will say next time, like I said in the run, I'm going to do a little bit wider so their feet can be fully flat. Well, that is it for my Coop tour and my run tour. I hope that you guys enjoyed kind of coming along with me and just seeing what I have now. Really, anything can be a chicken coop, anything can be a run. The only thing you have to do is just keep it safe or make it safe so that you don't have to worry about if someone's trying to steal your chickens from you, because there are little creatures out there who will, I promise. I will say the couple things I don't like and I plan to change: my watering system, I want to figure something else out there. My feeding system, with feed like that comes mice, with mice comes snakes. See my previous thoughts about snakes. So I've thought about going to like a cradle feeder where they have to step on it and the little lid comes up. I have some skittish chickens and I just can't imagine them standing on a cradle for the top to come up. So I'm trying to think through that. And I mean, a simple fix is obviously me coming out, putting the feed up, and coming out in the morning and putting it out. Ducks and chickens are just up so early that there's no way I can beat them out here, and I would hate for them to be waiting on me to eat. So I would rather try to figure out a different feeding system than me try to beat them or, you know, keep their food up from them. So we're working through that. I'm hoping by switching to a barn with some barn cats that will help my mice situation, which will maybe help my snake situation. So that's my thought there. But everything else, I'm really happy. This coop and run has held up so well. Again, this is my 3rd year with it. None of the wood has warped. I feel like anytime you buy those pre-built ones from Tractor Supply or online, you'll get one rainstorm and that wood will warp. So just invest in the money. I want to say this coop and run, all of it probably costs us about $650 to build, would be my guess. And again, that's everything. That's the hardware cloth, the nails, building the doors, the hinges, the shingles, all the things. So they are not cheap, but I have yet to lose a bird actually inside my coop in my run. All the bad things happen when you're free ranging, so keep that in mind. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, but let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer them for you, and I will see y'all in my next chicken video. Bye!